Hey everyone, Michelle here, personal trainer and lifestyle coach. Today we are here to talk about our August 2021 theme of the month, consistency. Now, one of the traits that a lot of successful people have is that they have established consistent habits that they engage on a regular basis in order to really be able to establish and work on all of their goals. So one of the things that we want to make sure that we're doing is starting to channel those traits and channel those habits that we need in order to also be successful in life. So first, I want you to think about what type of person would you like to be? Do you want to be more fit, more knowledgeable, more mindful, more ambitious? And then start to think about what are the traits and the habits that these types of people engage in. What are the things that you would need to do to get yourself a little bit closer to being that type of person? So once you've written down a good handful of traits or habits that you think might be helpful in order to be able to help you get to that position, then we're going to start to break it down and be a little bit more specific. We're going to pick 3 to 5 habits that we would like to try to establish this month. Now, I know that kind of sounds like a lot, so what we want to do is make sure that we are picking habits that are going to be simple, that are going to be easy enough to accomplish, but still challenge us outside of our normal comfort zone. So really start to look at your list and try to think, what are 3 to 5 of these things that I can engage in on a daily basis in order to be able to establish better habits? Once we've established those goals, what we're going to do is start to really break it down. Now keep in mind with these goals, there is a phrase called self-efficacy. And the idea behind self-efficacy is that you believe that you are able to accomplish these things. If you pick something that is outside of your perceived self-efficacy, then typically what's happening is that you're actually going to try to avoid establishing that new habit. And that's definitely not where we want to be. So what we want to do is try and pick some habits that can be inside our perceived self-efficacy. You feel like you can accomplish them. You feel like they're realistic. And you feel like they're just challenging enough, but you can still accomplish them. Once we establish these habits, not only are you going to want to continue them, but you're going to want to build on top of them as well. So now that we have an idea of what habits we want to try to establish, we have to start planning. We're going to really go into detail, as much detail as you possibly can. Remember, we're going for the path of least resistance here. Don't pick something that is going to be so annoying to do or so outside of your norm that you have to totally change your plans and totally change your day-to-day in order to be able to accomplish it. It should be something that fits easily into what you are already doing, and then you can continue to build and grow on top of that. Now we want to plan it, like I said, and break it down to when are you most likely to do this habit? Where do you want to do that habit? Literally write down, I'm going to be at my dining room table, in this chair, whatever the details are that you can. What materials are you going to need in order to be able to establish that habit? Think about all of those things and try to write down as much detail as possible. The more detailed it is, the more likely this habit is to happen. And again, we're looking for something that is easy to accomplish and that we are able to remember and do on a daily basis. Now, a couple of tools that you can use in order to help you establish these habits are, there are a ton of awesome habit tracking apps. You can literally write down your habits each day in a calendar, on a piece of paper, and just go through and check them off. You can write them on your mirror if you want to. That's always kind of a fun one. And just give you that sense of accomplishment when you're checking those items off. You can also set reminders on your phone. And one of my favorites is called habit stacking. And the idea behind habit stacking is that you're going to take a habit that you already have, which, let's say, brushing your teeth, and we're going to add a secondary habit to it immediately afterwards. Let's say that you want to be more consistent about taking your multivitamin. So then you're going to put your multivitamin bottle right next to your toothbrush, so as soon as you're done brushing your teeth, you take your multivitamin. And we can use this in a lot of different facets in order to be able to establish new habits and just attach them to habits that already exist in order to ensure the most success. So I'm really excited to hear about what habits you guys decide to try and work on this month. And just remember that consistency is key. We want things that you can keep doing essentially the rest of your life. That is what's going to help give you the most benefit from each of these habits. Something that can build upon itself and establish really good habits so that you want to continue to grow and you want to continue to add more habits on top of that. I'm so excited to hear from you guys, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much.